about equations and problem solving. These problems will be of the type where you will define one variable in terms of another. In order to do this, you first define a variable, and then you define other terms or missing parts of the equation in terms of your first defined variable. Let's take a look at an example. The sum of 4 consecutive integers is -10. What are the integers? The first thing you need to do is write a let statement defining the first integer. Then you will write 3 other let statements defining the next 3 integers. So since they are consecutive, n plus 1 is the second integer, n plus 2 is the third integer, and n plus 3 is the fourth integer. When you write your equation, you combine all of these together to make n plus 1 plus n plus 2 plus n plus 3 equals -10. You may be able to do that just by writing your first let statement, and that's fine. Altogether, there is 4n plus 6 equals -10, and then you continue to solve the equation to get n equals -4. If n is -4, the second integer is -4 plus 1, which is -3, then -2, and then -1. Those are the answers for the 4 integers that add up to equal -1. Another type of equation where you define one variable in terms of another is this one. The width of a rectangular garden is 2 feet less than half of its length. The perimeter is 17 feet. What is the width of the rectangle? So we are given that the length is let me start that over. We're given that the width is 2 less than half the length. So we're going to write W equals half the length minus 2. And the width we just know is W. So we're using W to represent the width. We're using L to represent the length. In this part of the let statement, we are using length to define width. When we go to write our equation, we have 2W plus 2L equals perimeter, is how you find the perimeter. Since W is 1/2 L minus 2, we're going to plug that entire quantity in for W minus 2. Plus 2L equals our perimeter of 17. When you distribute, 2 times 1/2 L gives you L, minus 2 times 2 is 4, plus 2L equals 17. L and 2L is 3L, minus 4 equals 17. Adding 4 to both sides, you get 21, and 3L equals 21. So the length of our rectangle is 7, and the width, since that's what the question is asking for, is 2 feet less than half of the length. So half of the length is 3.5, and then minus 2 is 1.5 feet. So we have the length is 1.5, the width is 1.5 feet, and the length is 7 feet.